Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy Malone. I am the founder of narcissistabusesupport.com. I have had this YouTube channel for so many years, and I talk about so many different subjects in the narcissistic world, from divorcing to co-parenting to narcissistic parents. And I also talk about narcissistic daughter and son-in-laws. And what's happening is an epidemic of the younger generation hijacking and taking away their parents and making sure that the parents are isolated, estranged, and in no contact with their child so that the narcissistic in-law can control them. I've made a lot of videos. If you're watching this, you've probably seen some of my other videos. And today I want to talk to a certain segment. Now, it's a small segment, I will give you that. But it is a segment of parents who are done with the fight. They are worn out from the game. And I'm not saying that, you know, they didn't fight. They fought. They did everything. They apologized. They, you know, did everything humanly possible. And then they get to a decision, which is a very hard decision. And that's acceptance. Acceptance for something that you can't change. It makes parents, when they go through this, even though they're struggling to get to that acceptance and understanding they can't change anything, they've tried, didn't work, and yet they're in this battle, right? After all the letters and the pleading and the attempts of reconciliation, they just sit there and they ask, can I keep breaking myself to fix something I didn't break? To the world, it looks like you're giving up, even in your own mind. Have I become heartless? Have I stopped loving my child? Am I a bad parent? How could I do this? But it comes down to self-love. You are doing the bravest thing of all and choosing to accept what you cannot change and reclaim your life from the crazy storm of confusion, the cruelty. You guys know what that is, and the chaos that is never ending. When you have an adult child that is estranging you because of a narcissist, it's not just a thanks, I'll see you later, and they're gone. It is torturous, whether it is the silent torture where you get nothing, or whether it is constant attacks and beratement, and they just don't seem to stop, or they pull you in and you get hope. Oh my gosh, I can see my grandchildren again. And then they tear it away from you. And after years of doing this, parents who are in this situation get to the point where they're in acceptance. The grieving cycle is denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And technically, the grieving cycle swirls. It's not like, oh, I'm going up and I'm reaching the level of acceptance. One day you're angry as hell. The next day you're denying it. The next day you're bargaining. I'll do anything I can. I'll do anything, right? And then you get sad because it's not working. This fluctuation in your emotional place of your heart is destroying your heart. It is so painful for parents to go through this, and after years of it, to make this decision that you're not really giving up on them. You're just not going to play the game. It's a decision to stop standing at a locked door and start walking into the light where you're actually in, being in the present versus in the past or the future, worrying about what could happen or what did happen doesn't make you stand here in your presence in the current moment. It just keeps you living in one of the fear or anxiety rumination worlds. But living in the present brings you back to a place where you can start to enjoy yourself. It's not that you don't love your child and would not welcome them back any second, but now you love yourself too. And, you know, when you have been consumed by grief, even if someone lost a child or a spouse or someone, you eventually begin in living in acceptance. Nothing you can do, they're dead, right? And It's not that your child's dead. And this may sound heartless that I am talking about this particular thing. I am trying to validate those parents that get there, to tell them they are not bad parents. They are choosing self-love. And again, not everyone's going to get here. They've got to go through all of the iterations to make those apologies, do those things, try to do it differently, do everything that you possibly can. Because you know that I've done it. It's not like the first day they say, I don't want you in my life anymore, that you're just going to go, okay, fine, thank you. And you just walk away, right? You might even think that you've given up or you're turned your back on your kids. This is the struggle in a parent like this. I don't want you to think this is a casual decision, right? This is a very serious and painful decision to give up being bent every day, broken, demonized. This is not your first choice. This is your last lifeline to your own life and learning to live in the present and learning to breathe again. Could you imagine not living in stress, being able to eat, being able to enjoy a meal without checking your phone or spending 2 hours to write a two-sentence text for fear that it's going to be attacked? When you stop begging for scraps of connection, um, you know, you become more independent, more capable to handle your life right now. And I teach a whole class on letting go. And the wisdom in letting go, it's not that stop caring. It's because you care for yourself. And there's a quiet power, if you would, in thinking that I will no longer let the poison dictate the quality of my life. Every parent who has made peace with this is not heartless. They're healing. And I just wanted to validate these parents because there's not a lot of them, I'll give you that. But you get to a point and the war isn't working. Nothing you are doing is helping. And I'm not saying give up. I'm saying learn to let go of the feelings that are hurting you every day. And learning to let go of them doesn't mean you sing a song, let it go. It's understanding them. It's facing those fears, facing that pain, learning to cope with the grief, and realize nothing I can do right now. So I might as well go to lunch with my friends. I might as well start to live my life and give the attention to my other children who want me in their life, my other grandchildren, if you've got them, right? It's self-love. And I hope that this message hits those that need it. Those that don't, this is maybe something you might get to one day. And you might think, I don't want to get there. I don't want to give up on my child. I hear you. Nobody wants to give up on their child. But acceptance is not giving up. This is Tracy Malone. If you are in an estrangement situation and have a narcissistic daughter or son-in-law, I have a new book coming out. I don't know when. I'm still working on the cover and other things, but it is called Estranged by Lies: How Narcissistic Partners Use Power and Control to Destroy Your Family. So it's going to be on Amazon probably within the next month. It is June, middle of June right now. So look for this book when it comes out. If you're not and haven't been on my website, go to my website. I am writing blogs like a maniac to help estranged parents. We have pages, we have resources, I have groups, I have coaching. I can help you get to acceptance. And I'm not saying acceptance and walk away. I'm saying living in the moment and enjoying your life and not letting this be something that sticks to you every day. This is Tracy Malone. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you again next time. Thank you.